If you've been watching this channel for a while, you know I'm a huge Toronto Blue Jays, Chicago Cubs, and just baseball fan in general. It's my second favorite sport. I'm almost as passionate about it as I am hockey. I decided to make a baseball channel so that, especially in the summer when things are really dead as far as hockey news and there's nothing going on at all, instead of making way too many trade rumor videos like I did last off season, I'm instead going to use that channel to focus on the baseball season, especially during the summer, and the videos on Johnny Hockey in the summer will be purely rankings of arenas, jerseys, things like that, covering the draft, big trades, and official news, mostly big signings we get in free agency. If you like baseball, you're a big Blue Jays fan, or you just like the sport in general, please go over there and subscribe. Let me know what teams or players you'd like me to cover, and I will absolutely do so. Thank you. You're awesome. About a month ago, I made a video talking about how the Florida Panthers were really starting to look like one of, if not the most serious Stanley Cup contender in the whole league. The one thing they'd been missing was that Tkachuk just didn't look quite the same as last year. I think because his broken sternum in the Stanley Cup final, more specifically his recovery from it, threw off his entire offseason and made it more challenging for him to step back in day one and be the Matthew Tkachuk that he was all of last year. But as soon as the calendar turned to 2024, he really started to look like the old Matthew Tkachuk. He'd found his superstar form again, and that should worry the entire rest of the NHL because that makes the Panthers even scarier. Since then, the Florida Panthers have won 10 of their last 11 games, and no coincidence, Matthew Tkachuk has the most points in the entire league since January 1st. Think about that for a second. McDavid's been going nuts with 6 assist games. Kucherov and McKinnon have been going tit for tat, lighting up the league. And still Tkachuk, who now looks like he's put the sternum injury behind him and everything that came with it. He's leading the category with a ridiculous 15 goals, 37 points in only 19 games since the calendar turned to 2024. And the Panthers were already good, even while Tkachuk was struggling. Having prime Tkachuk just makes them straight up terrifying. We saw a real good example of that when they absolutely slapped around the Tampa Bay Lightning a few nights ago. For much of their existence, the Florida Panthers have been the Tampa Bay Lightning's envious little brother. So to be honest, it's cool to see them kind of turn the tables around here and be the dominant force. I know the Lightning will always have the argument that they have the Stanley Cups, and that's absolutely true. It's a good argument, but at least right now and last season, I don't think there's any question who the better team is. We really need another Battle of Florida playoff series to truly get into this. Hockey gods, please. And sure, last night you could say, well, Florida went up 2-0 and then they blew that lead to Ottawa, let it slip away. They were lucky they went and salvaged the W in overtime. Every team has games like that. The truly good teams, they have those too. They're able to battle through when they don't have their A game and still pull out the win, and that's exactly what Florida did. That was some kind of shot by Lundell. Sharp angle, right over the shoulder. Some guys like Jack Hughes, they do the bank shot off the goalie and in, usually the mask. I know Lundell had a better angle here, but still, I just love that he went straight roof job. With that win, the Panthers are now second overall in league standings. Boston's been a bit of a roller coaster lately, so Florida's been able to overtake that first spot in the Atlantic Division. It's still way too early to talk about playoff matchups, especially because the Rangers are only 1 point back of them. But as of right now, it looks like there's a decent chance they're going to play against either Tampa or Detroit. And like I said, I want the Battle of Florida. Anybody in Tampa or Detroit want to start a We Want Florida chant? And look, with this team, the headlines are going to go to Tkachuk. They're going to go to Sam Reinhart, Barkov, Sergei Bobrovsky. But one guy I want to highlight who's having a great season, and it's really helped this team a lot, Anthony Stolarz. Yeah, the backup goaltender. He's given them 17 quality games, 926 save percentage. That is just sparkling. In his last 4 starts, he hasn't had a save percentage under 910. And oh yeah, his last one against Buffalo was a 45 save shutout. It's been fantastic for the Panthers that Sergei Bobrovsky's been able to carry forward his playoff performance from last year. And obviously, he's the guy. Without him, it's going to be really difficult for the Panthers to do anything in the playoffs. But Stolarz has been found money for this team. I mean, Bill Zito took a flyer on him. He had a not so great year in Anaheim last year. He's come in and made Bill Zito look like a genius. He's been one of the best, if not the best backup goaltender in the entire league. A team's backup goalie rarely gets any praise, so just wanted to throw a couple of flowers his way because he's deserved it. I want to talk more Panthers as the year goes on, especially going into the playoffs, because they're one of the most fun teams to watch in the whole NHL. And one thing I want to do specifically is I want to break down exactly what Tkachuk does so well to score his goals. If that's something you guys want to see, make sure you let me know by liking the video and commenting. If you like baseball, subscribe to Just Over the Fence. I'll see you in the next one. You're awesome.